أدعو Ms. Christine Evans, Head of Skills Department, ILO Geneva, for statement.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Your Excellency, Mr. Minister, Dr. El-Wahid, Mr. Saeed Abdullah. I'm very honored to be here. I'm thrilled with what has already been presented this morning about the purpose of this workshop and the purpose of the larger Aid for Trade project. I know I'm not going to be able to express it in any better terms than what has been done, but I do appreciate the opportunity to represent the ILO and to explain a little bit about how important this project is to us and how honored we are to be part of this broader project. As has been said, this is an opportunity to really look at how skills in many places is a constraint on trade growth and how to overcome that constraint. It's an opportunity to ensure that trade contributes to inclusive growth, the objectives that you have in this region, that those who have the opportunity to acquire relevant skills, skills that are needed in growing sectors of the economy, can benefit from trade and can participate and contribute to trade growth. So as been said, this is why skills development is part of the broader Aid for Trade for Arab States initiative. I'm very happy that the wisdom of the design of the initiative included skills as part of the approach. We certainly would not suggest that skills is the only constraint or that training is the only thing that needs to be done to encourage trade growth. But in the Aid for Trade initiative, it takes a broad, comprehensive approach. So I'm very honored that many members of the board of the project and the other implementing agencies are here to participate and to put skills into perspective. So I appreciate having representatives from the League of Arab States, from the government of Sweden, and from the other agencies, from UNCTAD, from the International Trade Association, from UNIDO, and from UNDP, so that we can show that we are working together, that the approach is comprehensive, but then we can go further into the reason for this workshop to talk about skills development. And we will first be able to hear from representatives of the labor market. As I think you know, the ILO is the tripartite organization of the United Nations. So we have representatives of government, of employers associations, and of trade unions who set our budgets and who set our program of work. So we're very pleased that we can hear from these representatives on this subject, as well as hear from WTO and from ECWAS about some of the research they are doing on this broad connection of trade, employment, and skills. But then, as has been said, we have the opportunity to go from this theory into looking at the practical implementation of it. Here in Egypt, thanks to the Aid for Trade initiative, we've had the opportunity to work, as has been said, in a couple of sectors, and we will hear from that experience. The ILO is also able to bring in experience from Jordan, where an additional project on skills for trade has been funded by the government of Russia. And we will hear some of the broader work that we are doing with the financial and technical partnership of CETA. So I'm hoping that this experience shows that this is a very practical approach, that we are able to hear very clearly some of the candid difficulties, some of the ways around those difficulties, and that this will help us go forward in looking at the priorities for the project here in Egypt and elsewhere in the region. Lastly, I would like to share with you how the Director General of the ILO summed up his views on the connection between trade and skills when he spoke at the 4th review of Aid for Trade held at the WTO last year. Director General Guy Ryder said, "When businesses are more confident that they will be able to find well-trained workers, they are more willing to invest in new technologies and to try to compete in international markets. This is how we feel skills development can contribute to turn the potential of trade growth into the reality of more diversified economies, higher regional integration, and the creation of more productive and decent jobs. Director General Ryder went on to note the importance of mobilizing social partners in this endeavor, how important it is that employers and trade unions are increasingly involved in sharing responsibility to invest in skills, to make sure those skills are utilized to improve the productivity of enterprises, especially small enterprises, and to improve the employability of workers. So I very much look forward to hearing the experience in this region, to hearing how there are constraints to trade, how skills development can be part of overcoming those constraints, and how the ILO and the other partners in the initiative can be good partners in achieving your objectives. Thank you very much.